Should we party?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see if we can do...
You haven't lived until you've heard the show Americans are talking about. The show that launches its listeners to the height of humanity. The audio hour that travels the landscape of adventure. The sound that comforts more than the clip of your first bolt. It's the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show.
We're Outdoor Adventure Summits, the airwaves. This is the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show. I'm your host, Brandon Long. I'll be with you for the next 40 minutes or so. Long for the ride is the best co-host in all the land, Todd. To the top, we're hanging out inside the Monarch in the heart of the Nine Rails Arts District and 25th Street Road construction. I guess everyone was okay making it here today. I mean, any issues?
Yeah, I think time-wise, there's no problem grabbing a spot in the Ogden Ave.
Ogden Ave? Okay.
But this project is going to be going on for a while.
Yeah, it sucks. Okay. So on the docket today, we have a weekly happy, which is we're back. It's us.
That's the happy.
We're the happy.
Just take that in, folks. Just take that in.
Hope you like it. All right. So snow reports also. So on the docket, which will tell you what's going on around town, including we're back again for another year, the B Street Speaker Series at Roosters, which is involves myself and a lot of beer. So I'm prepping.
Totally different than a normal day.
Totally. I should mention I'm drinking the Roosters Pale Ale today. Yeah, let's see. It's just got to focus. There it is. Deep slab.
Did you get a shot of that skier?
It was kind of, he's dead. So we'll talk about that too. Our special guest this week, thanks Eric Manning. What's your title of the Trails Foundation, Northern Utah?
Executive Director.
Executive Director. Okay, that's a big title.
I prefer to say that instead of ED.
It means we're going to be saying ED for the rest of the show.
All right, ED Trails Foundation, Northern Utah, Eric Manning, also proprietor. How do you say the host of, the manager of Trail Manners Podcast?
The executive.
The executive.
I'm the ED.
The ED of the Trail Manners
EP
Podcast. Yeah, that works too. In the news, snow report: Loose Moose closes Parley's Canyon. Wolf hybrid dead in Duchesne. Deadly year for Yellowstone wolves. Pow Mau turns 50. Broke waterline hospitalizes skiers on chairlift. Did you see that?
Oh, that was nasty.
Totally nasty. OR Utah Bears Ears saga continues. 2 snowshoers and a dog die. Deepest snowpack in America. Where is it? And finally, in news nobody needed to know, Leonardo DiCaprio gets his own tree. We have a worth watching, a Gear 30 segment featuring Cliff Bar and Cotopaxi, quote of the week, and an outdoor jukebox. So all of this and more on this week's episode of the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show. 382, Loose Moose, Wolves, and DiCaprio. So let's charge.
Summits with the agility of a mountain goat, flashes routes faster than UPS, is more intimate in the mountains than Jake Gyllenhaal. He's Todd to the top.
Todd, that's got to be 12 years old.
12 years old.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing with the intro.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't want to change it, but it's a long time.
It is a long time, so I don't know. If we feel up to it.
If we start playing it backwards.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay. Your weekly happy is we're back, and we're back with Eric Manning. So thanks, Eric.
So it sort of balances it out with the weekly happy and Eric Manning.
Well, I don't know how to take that.
So it's like more of a weekly meh.
Oh, wow.
Well, we're back, but well, next week.
We'll get some real guests next week. We promise.
Oh,
we
God.
promise.
I'm like the Keystone of beers. I'm just the primer.
Oh, I like that. That's needed, though. We need that in our lives. Yeah. Oh, God, that's good. All right. On the docket. What's coming up in this town we call Ogden, Utah? Know before you go at the Front Climbing Club, January 11th. They didn't have a time on their website, so I don't know what time that's happening. January 13th is the Ogden B Street. So today's the 10th, so that Know Before You Go would be tomorrow. Ogden B Street is back, the speaker series from the Ogden Avalanche. So this week, this Thursday, is weather, and I believe it'll be Nicole Dye giving that presentation. So this is rough. You got to show up to B Street. You have to drink beer. And then you listen to Avalanche educators kind of talk about what's going on. So this week will be weather, and we're going to try and stream that. So if you can't make it, but it's for the next 4 or 5 Thursdays. I think there's 5 total Thursdays. So there's weather, snowpack, terrain, accidents, and rescue are the topics. So each week is a different topic. Come on out about 6 o'clock from 6 to 9. Drink with us, party with us, Roosters B Street. First one is this Thursday. Winter Trail Series, the snowshoe hike is on the 15th. That's Weber State Outdoor Program. They're going to do the Sardine Loop. Then we have some Avalanche B Street Series. Gromfest at Powder Mountain is on the 29th, so get your kids involved in that. That is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Rufa's coming up. So if you don't know what that is, that's February 4th and 5th, or just the 5th, or whatever one you choose. But that is insane people who like to go up Malin's Peak as many times as possible for a set period of hours. Is that right?
Yeah. Okay. 24, 12, and 6 hours.
Okay. So are you going to participate?
Yes, I am.
Which one?
I'm doing the 6-hour one.
The 6 hour?
Yeah.
So
doing the baby one.
Is that 3 laps, 4 laps?
As many as you can get. I'm going for 3.
You're going for 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
But depends on how my sled holds up. I'm sledding down.
You're sledding down?
Yeah. That's the goal.
Is that allowed by the rules? Well,
matter.
You paid your money. Are they gonna
It's a fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser.
Yeah. So I don't think there's rules.
That would be an awesome sled and scary AF because there's some drop offs there.
Bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap works. Have you done 3 in a row before?
Yes.
Malin's? Okay.
Yeah.
Is this one of those events that was like a dare? It was like a dare and then just became an event?
Well, so years and years and years ago, long time ago.
This is, we have a segment. This is stories.
There's a story tell. There's some nice music you can play with this.
I don't know.
There was a running group in the area.
Oh, that was the wrong one.
That's when you announced.
No, that's after the story.
That's when you should have announced your guest. Eric Manning.
All right, I'll keep that for later.
Yeah, save that one. No, there's a group of us that we decided to do something like that years and years ago just to see how many we could do for fun. Now it's running up for air, so it's just a series put on by Jared Campbell out of Salt Lake. So there's 3 in Utah, 1 in Montana, 1 in Colorado. That's just for better air quality.
Better air quality. So it's a fundraiser.
It is. Yeah. So like 24 hours, that would be just a beast.
Yeah.
People do that, 12 hour, 6 hour.
And what's the record on Malin's? Do you know?
I don't. I asked the race director like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Okay. She was unclear of what it was, but I know in the 12 hour, like the last year, I think the guy that did it, he came from Wyoming and he did like 7 or 8 or something like that in 12 hours for the men, and the women was 5, I believe.
It feels a little weird that someone from Wyoming beat us Ogden folks, but
Well, I didn't enter, or
That's
he definitely
true.
would have beat me.
That's
Where's that sound effect?
yeah. I can't do it all at the same time. Or it's this one.
But they are doing climbing up for air.
Ooh,
That was a good one.
Yeah, winding up for air.
Climbing.
Oh, climb. Yeah. I was getting there. I appreciate that. Yeah. So that one is. So there's the Rufa, and that's the 4th and 5th, and then Saturday only is the Kufa. I don't like that name. Yeah, the front. That's at the front. You got a 4-hour and an 8-hour event. That's a lot of climbing. So if you don't want to run, you can climb up for air indoors.
Do both.
Or do both, which is, yeah. I wonder how we get extra points for that. Intro to Backcountry Touring taught through Weber State Outdoor Program at Ben Lomond Peak. That's on February 5th. February 10th is another speaker series. February 11th through 13th is a backcountry yurt trip. If you have not done that through the Weber Outdoor Program, I highly suggest it. They have a really nice yurt in the Bloomington Canyon, Idaho area. It gets a lot more snow than we do here. That is February 11th through 13th. You would need a touring setup for that, but it's a lot of fun. 16th is the Winter Trail Series Full Moon Snowshoe Hike through Wheeler Peak. It's also through Weber State. And by the way, just a reminder, all the Weber State stuff, you don't have to be a student. You can be general public. They're going to charge you a little more for that, but you can still participate. 19th through 21st is Powder Mountain turns 50, the 50th anniversary celebration up at Powder Mountain. And then March 25th, another Winter Trail Series cross-country skiing at North Fork Park. So there you go. There's some on the docket. Guest, Eric Manning, Trails Foundation, Northern Utah, Trail Manners Podcast. Eric, I pushed the wrong button. Eric, thanks for joining us.
You were going to do that noise again.
I can't do both at the same time.
Like,
Yeah.
Wrong button.
You got, I'm going to put this over there so you can help me co-produce it next time. Because I have that one too. Oh.
Dang.
Trails Foundation, Northern Utah. 2 years, year and a half. How deep you into this thing?
I've almost been there 3 years.
3 years already?
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
so fast. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what have you learned?
Did you date for a while before you?
Yeah.
No, I kind of stalked maybe
Right,
a
that's
little bit. You know, I knew about her, knew about it, but just from afar. And
pulled up the Facebook page,
got that sweet
MySpace
scent.
page.
Yeah.
And it's been awesome.
Yeah. What is your greatest accomplishment?
Probably getting hired there, to be honest
That's
with
right.
you. It's hard to say. I mean, we've been pretty lucky during the bad struggles for nonprofits in any organization or business, but we've been very successful in a lot of ways.
Well, you're switching things up a little bit. I mean, you've got some new fundraising methods going,
Yep.
Which it's one where you pay a little bit each time.
It's a membership program.
Membership program. That wasn't tried before, was it?
No, that's something I started when I came on board. Kind of a pilot thing. It's done really well for us. Got the community involved, a lot of engagement that way. So that's been a big success. So it's kept us afloat pretty well.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
We've got a great community. You
Yeah.
guys know that. So that's helped a lot too. There's just people that love the trails and have always supported. But yeah, we switched it up a little bit. Like we mentioned before, our name changed and got some staff now. We got an amazing board and just charging forward, trying to just make a lot of friends along the way.
Yeah, I remember it was a long time ago, and it was Weber Pathways. So for those who don't know, Weber Pathways, they changed the name, Trails Foundation Northern Utah. There was a marketing position available at Weber Pathways, and I thought, man, that would be the best job in Ogden right now. And I didn't feel like I was qualified, and I didn't apply for it. I want to say, Todd, did Leah get that job before she worked at the Standard?
I don't know.
It was a while ago. But anyway, that I thought that'd be a fun job because you're on the trail. So what do you do? Like, what's your day in, day out as the ED?
Executive director.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a lot. It's just different stuff. Depends on what's going on. Right now, it's grant season with ramp grants, outdoor rec grants, so that changes. Prepping for our new trails. We started something a couple years ago when I got on as a trail crew that we have seasonally that do trail work and trail maintenance in Weber County. So we're getting ready for that, trying to find funding for that. Starting a new program, which you're involved with, the Trails Alliance of Northern Utah, which I'm super excited about. More education, etiquette. This is something I've wanted to do for years. Really, a lot, really. I mean, community engagement, hanging out.
Yeah, drinking beers.
Yeah, yeah.
How often do you have a shovel in your hand or pickaxe?
Honestly, not as much as I hoped.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. Yeah. That's how I started with Ogden Trails Network, and I loved moving dirt and doing that type of thing, but I don't have as much time for it, for sure. And they don't pay me.
Well, you're an ED.
Yeah. I'm an executive director, so they don't pay me to throw a pick around, but I still enjoy it, but I don't do it nearly as much.
His hands have gotten softer is basically what he's saying. I think.
There's I fixed a vacuum yesterday.
I stand corrected. I stand corrected. The man is hands-on in every aspect.
That's right. I handled the shark yesterday.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you did. You manhandled
the
shark yesterday.
So,
wow.
That's
good.
Yeah.
What's the focus of the nonprofit? So Weber Pathways, if I remember, we've had Weber Pathways guests on for years over the years. And the original intent was to try to get a pathway from Ogden to the valley down Ogden Canyon. And you would think, well, what's wrong with that? Well, there's all kinds of property issues and things, and it was really difficult to deal with all that stuff. And so I think that's why it was formed in the first place. But
It was 1995.
1995. So in 2022, what is the focus? Like, what do you, is it building trails? Because I don't know if that's even still on the back of the burner somewhere, the trail down Ogden Canyon. But what's your success look like moving forward?
Yeah. Did you update your mission statement, your vision?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have.
yeah,
and I
yeah.
just actually, put together a 3-year action plan, or a lot of people like call them strategic.
Well, that's more than us, Todd. So.
Yeah, 3 years is a long time for me. But yeah, we're putting stuff together that it incorporates everything from your marketing side to your community outreach side, which we're really trying to get more involved with because this is such an amazing community. So we're trying to get more involved there. The Ogden Canyon Trail is actually has started. As many people know, it's up from 12th Street to the waterfall. We are working on that. Ogden City's taking the lead right now.
Wait, time out.
Yep. Dang it.
Yeah. From 12th to the waterfall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty far if you're a corgi, right? I mean, so it's a tough process, like you mentioned. It's
Yeah.
a lot of history there.
I'm just saying we've been around for a long time, and we've got to the waterfall, so we can expect that in about another 50 years.
No,
Okay.
less.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So there's some traction
Good.
going.
This is
from-
good.
from where it ends.
Yeah.
Farther.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm at liberty to say right now.
Okay.
But
You
Ogden
know that
City's
that
taking the
turn
lead.
right by the waterfall. Turn. We
At
got
the other
You go
side.
past that, right? And then you're going to see a fish. You hit the fish, right? You go just a little farther to the rock.
Yeah.
No, but there's some really good momentum. Let's just say that. There's still some hurdles for sure, but I'm very optimistic that there'll be a lot more within 2022 that's going to be
Okay.
impressive and fun.
So, the road bikers that I am not one of, but I have friends who road bike all the time. And that is a scary road, Ogden Canyon, to ride down.
Yeah.
So would a trail accommodate that, or would you need a gravel bike or a mountain bike?
Trail would accommodate. The plan right now is a trail would accommodate whoever wants to go up and down.
Okay.
Yeah. There's some really neat ideas, and I got to tip my hat to Ogden City Mayor Caldwell, Jay Louder, and their crew, because the trail itself, they have a water line. Ogden City does that goes all the way up the canyon, and so they own, quote unquote, and I'm doing air quotes with my fingertips, property on on their water line. So, they're just trying to do a really good job of putting a quality trail in that has not a lot of pushback. They want to be kind to the people that live there, of course. But if you've been in the area and with the trails for a long time, there's just some issues. And
Yeah.
the city's doing a great job to work through them, and they're pushing ahead. But like I said, 2022, I think there'll be some positive things come out of it that'll get people excited. Unless you don't want the trail, then maybe you won't be as excited.
Those people will be mad.
But I mean,
Less excited. That's
think
good.
about it though. A trail from 12th Street to Wheeler, that's a game changer.
Unreal. I would love
really
that.
is.
Is it the Waterline Trail?
Now you use it. Jeez. No comment.
You do that one more time, and we're turning the show around.
Turning the show around.
Is there a start over
Turn the
button?
show around. No, it's once we're on, we're on. That's all we can do.
Momentum. The show's got momentum.
Yeah.
What you're saying, yeah.
Oh my God. Very good. Okay. What else do we need to know about Trust Foundation? Anything? I mean, there's a new event. Is that public?
There will be a new event in 2022.
2022. Okay.
TF Trails Foundation is going to be partnering with Weber County
Sweet.
and Goal Foundation.
Yep.
And it'll be talked about more in the coming months.
Okay.
But it'll be in the fall, so keep your eyes open.
Fall event.
Ears open.
And this will unite all the people.
Hopefully a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, our focus this year is really, and Brandon, you're kind of involved with this too, is just to reduce trail conflicts, education, etiquette, get people to get along. I mean, the community's grown and everybody wants to go on the trails and have a good time. No one wants to go up there and have a bad experience. So that's a real big focus this year, is to, just get out there more, talk to people, get people to be happy, whatever that means. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Trails Alliance is launching soon. You'll hear more about that. We did some videoing last night at Gear 30, which is pretty fun. But Eric, I'm amused at some of the calls you get in your office. So without disclosing, what's one of the more random calls that you would get that's strange that people blame Trails Foundation Northern Utah for that it really has nothing maybe to do with you?
Yeah, how's your trail Yelp reviews?
Yeah.
I don't think we have one, or if I haven't looked. That's
Oh.
interesting.
I am straight up setting up a Yelp page for you
For each trail.
Man,
Yeah.
I have really thin skin, guys.
Oh, it'd be rough for you. Oh, it would be rough for you.
It's
Yeah.
me curling up in my shower all the time crying. We're responsible for a lot of the rattlesnakes.
Oh, of course.
People
of
want
course.
us to-
You guys let those out at the wrong time.
Well, I mean, they need air, right? So we got to relocate them.
Okay.
There's beaver relocation. We've been,
Beaver relocation. You need the shirt.
Yeah.
That says Beaver Relocation Project or something. Yeah, that'd be great.
I'd be part of that team.
Beaver Relocation Administration.
Administration.
Just bra.
Hell, that's
Oh my God.
yeah, the 20.
Okay.
I got my eye on 2024 for that one.
No, I mean, I guess the thing is, though, is people understand we just live in a complex community of trails.
Yeah.
Everybody owns a piece except, county, city, power line, private land, Forest Service, everything.
Okay.
And so everybody wants us to do stuff that we just can't do. We're a nonprofit, so we don't own a lot. We just help and do what we can. So, I mean, the biggest thing is we get a lot of people saying, it'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
And then ...
Yeah.
And they're always good.
So,
But-
do you know what I saw the other day? Susie was going south on Shoreline at the wrong time. I couldn't believe it.
What just happened there? We have motorcycles on the shoreline now. We're getting reports.
Oh,
on that
really?
more. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm curious if people, if it's because we're not there. We don't have rules like that, but there are rules like that in other towns.
Mm-hmm.
Times when you can do certain things and go certain places, and we'd like to keep it that way. So that's why we all just need to be courteous and get along and love each other and have a good time. And the best way to do that is to talk about it and make sure we're all on the same page. And-
Bunch of
did you say
hippies.
communication?
Bunch of hippies.
What?
Trail conflict. Trail conflict.
Trail conflict. Okay.
More trail conflict.
So Todd would basically just start fights out there every day. It'd be awesome.
Like it used to be, is all I'm saying.
He throws rattlesnakes at mountain bikers as they ride by.
Sticks in the front tire.
Yeah, it's just a
That is me. I am that guy. Exactly. Those commercials, we were talking about commercials earlier. Wasn't it, I can't remember which one, but a guy represented mayhem.
Yeah,
He was just a
He came back
personified
actually.
mayhem,
Yeah.
yeah.
They have some new ones. Of
That's
mayhem.
me on the trail. I am
You're
just
mayhem?
trail
Oh,
conflict.
Trail conflict, Todd.
We'll get you a bodysuit for that.
Oh,
Get you in some videos.
Throwing snakes. I like that.
Oh, good. Well, good work. Okay, so talk to me about where you at with the podcast. Trail Manners podcast had a fantastic following, and then you fell off, and then you restarted.
Yeah, Joel Hatch was a quitter, and so that changed the dynamic of the show. But yeah, we're relaunched. We're out again. Sold the Volkswagen bus. So,
Studio 78.
Studio 78. We sold our studio essentially.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of looking for a new studio.
Yeah.
Could be a minivan. I don't know.
So if someone
He's so nice about that. It was repossessed, wasn't it? I knew it. I knew it. The story is he sold it off. Whatever.
COVID was tough times. It was tough times. That's all I'm saying.
You're like, at least give me the gear out of it first. Come on.
Oh, God. Okay. I didn't need to touch on that. That's a little rough.
You can call my bank. It wasn't. I had title in hand.
Okay, cool.
No, but it's up and going again. I'm excited. We still got a pretty good following out there. I just do it because I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the end of the day. I miss it. You get people saying, "Oh, we missed the show," and
Yeah, well, you're good at it.
it's you can play the wah now if you want. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, no, I don't know that.
No, I enjoy it. I just enjoy it, just like you guys enjoy doing it. It's fun. You love to run across people to
But
listen.
That's, okay, every now and then. But really, you get to meet new people. You get to have good conversations with people with who you admire and respect in what and so it's trail running is what Trail Manners podcast is circled around. But yeah, that's meeting the people, I think, is always the coolest thing.
Yeah, and it could be online, it could be through a podcast, different ways to do it. I mean, times have changed. You can't really hang out with people in, Georgia all the time, but online you can. So,
Yeah.
And getting through to them, so it's fun. You guys, that's what's great sitting down. You both get it, right? You've had probably the longest podcast I know of, especially locally. I mean, there's not a lot.
And my mom still listens. So hi, Mom. Thanks for listening. I appreciate that. Yeah, one of our best listeners.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna quiz her. I'm gonna see if she still does.
Ooh, do a code word.
Code word, Mama, are you listening?
There you go. That's a hashtag. That's not a code word.
Okay.
Now you can ask her. Just say, Mom, did you know the code word?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Where are you set up? Where are you recording now?
Yep. Wherever I can. So nowhere special. I've got some new
I
equipment.
offered the picnic table.
I was
He
just
did.
saying, we know a place.
Yeah, he graciously offered the picnic table here, which is awesome.
I like he didn't offer the trailer with all of the equipment.
There's so many
Picnic
folks.
table outside.
There's so many wires in here. It's like reminds me of Snakes on the Trail.
Well, this is why, because he's like, well, I have all my own equipment. And I thought, and he's really proud of it. I'm proud of our equipment that we have as well. And so
Well, you have
rather
to buy
than
it.
you bought it all, you might as well use it. And so I thought, we have a nice picnic table out here. If you want to use your equipment on our table, the space is what you need.
It's
You need
a lounge.
the space
It's a
here.
good lounge.
Yeah, it's a lounge. And so we have beer, we have whiskey in here.
Oh.
I mean, the place is yours, Eric.
Well-
Trail manners this thing up.
Well, you know how it is, right? I don't eat well because I spend all my money on podcast equipment, right? So I don't eat well.
No, but you got
I
you
siphon gas
got
out
a
of cars
beer
in
well
the
though.
parking lot.
You got
so mine will go somewhere. So I want to. It's like I'm excited to get. I'm not. There's 1, 2. I'm counting 5 cameras right now sitting here in this trailer that I see, and that's not the hidden ones I talked about.
That's true. There are 5. Yeah.
And there's like a big
4 of them are working.
selfie light. This studio is pretty legit.
This program has evolved in 12 years.
Yeah.
There was fewer
So-
cameras. Yeah.
Yeah, when you buy a thing every 3 months or something, it adds up. And I still have the original mic I bought when we started. So because those are expensive.
Yep.
So it's just you collect it over time, and in the end, you're like, okay, there's thousands of dollars, but if you spread it out over 10 years,
It's not as bad.
It's not as
unless you
bad.
got nowhere. I got thousands of dollars sitting on my floor.
we got to find a place for that.
No,
So-
we're looking. I'm not going to talk about you guys, but I know for me, it's you don't make a lot of money doing podcasting. Generally, it's just free, or you're in the negative. Like you get stuff repossessed.
Todd, don't
by
show
air.
them our new trailer.
Don't show them the numbers.
Yeah, don't show them the
Don't
numbers.
show them the Airstream in the next building.
Oh my God.
Oh God. Okay, not yet.
Brandon's 3 garages. Okay.
Well, yeah, you guys got the van that got a new engine.
That's true.
All these cameras.
Used.
You got. The thing your computer sits on. That's got to go for a lot, right?
stand.
So the equipment.
Todd was.
How dare you?
I wish I could put the camera on the TV stand right now. This thing is straight from Walmart. Shopco.
I had a 4-pack.
It probably was Shopco.
It was. I had a
actually.
4-pack.
Yeah. No, I have 2 at least still.
Yeah.
2 remain. The other one's in the van.
There you go. There you go. See?
Oh God. Okay. Trail Manners podcast. Just search Trail Manners on all the things, right?
Yeah, all the things.
Okay.
Yep, all the things.
God, I love it so much. Okay. It's so cool to be with another podcaster because you know
I'm
what
right
the other
here.
person goes through.
I'm right
Yeah.
here.
I know.
Wah, wah. You got to give Todd one of those.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my
Puppy
God.
dog eyes on that
killing me.
one.
Oh.
I love coming on your guys' podcast. It's always fun.
Oh, there's something we can do some.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, there's some other things we have, but that's
I got my heart rate up.
Don't use those all at once.
Okay, sorry about that. All right, let's dive into a little bit of news at least. I mean, everybody wants to hear about what's going on in the world.
Tell me about bears.
Yeah, let's get there. The official Utah snow report, though, zeros across the board essentially in the last 24 hours. Bases, Alta's at 92, Beaver's at 64, Bryan had 45, although they had an inch in the last 48, Brighton at 81. And let's get to some resorts around here. Nordic at 37, Powder Mountain 50-inch base, and Snow Basin at a 46-inch base. And it doesn't look like snow for the rest of the week. So Solitude's at a 75, Sundance is at a 49, and Woodward's at a 36-inch base. That is your Snow Report, sponsored by... We're not sponsored.
I was waiting for another sound bite.
Yeah, no. Sponsored by Pale Ale, Roosters Brewery. The
Just by that sip of beer.
Deep Slab Pale Ale. All right, so there was a moose on the loose. Caused the closure of I-80 in Parley's Canyon near Salt Lake City. I don't know if you guys heard this, and I'm finding it on unofficial networks. Utah Highway Patrol announced on Twitter yesterday, which was a couple days ago, that on I-80 it had been closed in both directions due to a rogue moose wandering the freeway. The moose had apparently just this is this is where it gets weird. The moose had apparently just robbed a bank nearby, but forgot to figure out a getaway ride. Rather than run into the wilderness, the big beast decided to book it down I-80 to create their own Hollywood police chase scene. State troopers are closing I-80 down in both directions on Parley's Canyon. There are 2 moose loose, and as soon as we can have them tranquilized and transported out of the area, the canyon will reopen permanently. Please use caution. That was from Twitter. And then back to the report from unofficial networks. The moose burglars were eventually apprehended and tranquilized by authorities nearly 2 hours after the road closure. Turns out all they stole from the bank were the free lollipops and pens. They were returned to a different location, and the highway was reopened.
Was that like a long dad joke?
That's what I'm waiting for. Something else.
Was there
So
a
this
nugget
is-
of truth in there?
Yeah, this is... It gets a little better. He says, right after that, next paragraph, I was trying my best here to make a funny story a little bit more comical, but it wasn't really a funny story. But I realized that some people on the internet will actually think I'm serious. So let me clearly state that the moose didn't actually rob a bank. I don't want to start some grand conspiracy theory that all moose are bank robbing thugs.
I think it's getting worse.
I think it's probably getting worse.
Was there really moose on the road?
Yeah. They really is. Yeah.
Okay, so there's
Yeah.
a nugget.
But the listen, I like unofficial networks, but I don't know what happened there. All right, is it a wolf? Is it a hybrid? What's going on down in Duchesne? A wolf was found dead. It's a dead canine. They said it was a wolf. It looked like a wolf. It really does look like a wolf. It looks like a black wolf. But there's a breeder in the area that breeds like Malamute wolf mixes or something, and so they're thinking it may have been that. They have to do an autopsy to see. But are there wolves in Utah? Yes.
Yeah.
But are there wolf packs in Utah? Yet to be determined. On a KSL story, more Yellowstone wolves were killed this season than any season or any year since the species was reintroduced in 1995. Hunters killed more Yellowstone wolves that left the park's borders in recent months than any season since they were reintroduced in 95. 15 were killed in Montana, 5 killed in Idaho and Wyoming, according to data provided to the Associated Press from the National Park Service. Yeah, so that sucks. Also,
Were they all bad wolves?
they were horrible wolves. Okay, so are there wolves in Utah? Confirmed wolf sightings in Utah are rare. Since 1995, there have only been about 15 to 20 confirmed sightings. Most have been in counties near Idaho, Wyoming, and Colorado, which makes sense. Officials say there is not evidence of a pack, however. So, yes, wolves in Utah, on occasion, but not necessarily, they're not like hooking up in the woods and making little babies and
That you're aware of.
that we're aware, that we know of. Yeah, so, yet.
You would know with all these cameras.
Yeah. But, do you know that got banned?
Cameras?
Cameras?
Yeah.
and wolves?
Wolf mating?
What?
What are you talking about now? No wonder why there's no more.
This is when you're like, I did know there was a rule in
Well, I didn't know wolf mating was banned. No. Okay, so I was listening to the radio on the way home from work the other day, and they had this little hunter guy on, and I could have my facts completely wrong, but this is what it sounded like. Sounded like what
Listen, you don't tune in for 100% truth.
No. This is
It's a recollection of
a little bit of a story. But what he said was that the state of Utah banned the use of trail cameras from like August through the end of the year or something like that because that's cheating for hunting.
Well, okay.
But I thought,
good at
okay,
why.
well then, and I'm like, you know what? Well, first of all, I don't hunt, but if I did, it's like, cool. That's okay. Well, yeah, but binoculars are cheating. Like it's just the next, and if a deer, elk, moose, whatever, goes in front of a trail cam. It doesn't mean it's going to be there 6 hours from now when you finally get the footage from that thing. I don't know. I thought that's kind of a weird deal. But what this hunter guy was saying, it was kind of like the old school hunter folk were saying, we didn't have that when we were hunting, and you can't use that kind of stuff. And so but the other flip side of that is, and my father-in-law has one. He lives in Florida, but he has one in his yard because there's foxes and birds and squirrels. It's fun to just watch and there's a lot of families. That's sort of their hobby. They go set up a camera out there, and supposedly that's illegal now because also entrepreneurs were doing that and then selling the information to hunters, and that's now illegal. So, yeah.
I know it was illegal in Costco.
Yeah.
I don't want to know anybody's patterns of buying in a Costco.
Powder Mountain turns 50 years old. I'm a fan of the Powder. February 19, 2022, Powder Mountain will celebrate the much fanfare of its golden birthday and 50 glorious years of legendary turns, memories, storms, and milestones. So you can go party. Make that a plan. And there's a website dedicated to the history of Powder Mountain, which is pretty cool, taking you through the different decades, 70s, 80s, 90s. One of the first places to allow snowboarding. I learned to snowboard there. It was a lot of fun, even though my friends left me, and I'm still scarred emotionally. But that's what you do. You just
get over it.
You just get over it and move on. So that
doesn't work apparently.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yeah, I think, but that's what I learned was you got to buck up and just figure it out, and get down the hill. And we did, and that was called learning how to snowboard in the 90s at Powder Mountain. So 50 years. Congrats.
So did we get an invite to the party or what?
Everybody's invited. Everyone's invited. Yeah.
So they're spreading it out over the course of the season.
Yeah.
But no big
No. There's a week. It's a date. It's like February something, and then there's 2-day party that they're going to have a bunch of stuff going on.
I'd like to go to that.
2 were hospitalized at Beach, like BEE, not BA, BEE Beach Mountain, North Carolina, after a water line violently sprayed skiers on a chairlift. If you haven't seen the video of this, it's insane.
Sprayed with water.
So there's water lines that, let's see. That's the sound of a water line right there spraying. And what kills me is that it is right underneath the chair. Like it's spraying. It looks like Old Faithful's going up, and there's a ski chair. They're literally directly over it and getting absolutely pounded by it for a while, apparently, until
for free.
So
sorry, I can still see it. I've seen it.
Yeah, it's nuts. It must have cracked, something didn't work right. But the water on the mountain is for the snowmaking, and it didn't work right. It went off at the wrong time, and then why was it stopped?
So
because it pounded those skiers.
I heard there's when I was reading it or watching or reading something with my eyes, it said there was a safety switch or something. When that water line goes off, it stops everything.
Oh.
But obviously the timing, because chairlifts are spread apart. I mean, the timing was so perfect. They were literally right underneath it.
Right underneath it. And they suffered emotionally, I'm sure, but they're fine. I mean, they went to the hospital and they were sprayed with cold water, like hard cold water. Like it looks like Old Faithful going up the freaking chairlift. It's insane.
They told all their secrets right there.
They made it. That's why we're laughing. It's funny because they made it. So now I got that from Snowbrains. Thank God they made it. Jeez. Okay, so the drama between the Outdoor Retailer Show and Utah and governors and public lands is back. I don't think we're going to ever get OR back in Utah because decisions from our governors. I mean, it'd be cool because I love OR and I'd love to have them here because it's always a party. But that said, it's like the fight's been renewed and there's demands on both sides. And this time, though, it was Herbert and what's Cox now. He claims that, with all of this, all these electric vehicles, that by the year 2025, we're going to be running short of copper and some other critical minerals that we have there in the Bears Ears. And so that's why he says, well, we got to go mine that stuff. Otherwise you won't have your electric cars. Yeah. Outdoor retailers not buying that excuse necessarily. And they're saying, well, we wish you would basically cease and desist that plan. Otherwise we won't come back to Utah. And now There's a fight on the line. Good luck with that. I don't think OR's coming back to Utah.
It's not as good in Denver.
It's not.
No. And that's why
the best thing about
they want to come back because it's better here.
Well, yeah, I agree. I would be okay with winter in Denver and I don't know. The winter one, I'm deciding. The best thing about the Denver one is Red Rocks because there's a party at Red Rocks and there's a concert and that's cool. Outside of that, it's
yeah. But when you do on snow demos in Denver,
you do them at Red Rock. You go down the stadium.
Yeah, it's just not as cool.
It's not as cool at all.
Yeah.
Okay, this is so that everyone's aware of the dangers of avalanches. An avalanche killed 2 snowshoers and their dog near Breckenridge, Colorado. This was January. That was today. Snowbrains, but it happened I think a couple days ago. 2 snowshoers and their dog were killed in an avalanche near Breck, Colorado on Saturday, reports the Colorado Avalanche Information Center. The snowshoers were reportedly missing on Sunday morning after failing to return from their hike on Saturday. So be very careful when you're out in the backcountry, even Skyline South, Skyline North for that matter, North Fork Park, even Wheeler Creek Canyon. There's been avalanches through there. Obviously, if you're up by any of the resorts, you might be thinking, I'm just snowshoeing, but yes, avalanches can occur in a lot of places. They've happened on the shoreline. Somebody died above Weber State one time a few years back, so I've learned. Be careful out there. Stay safe. That's all we can say. All right, 13 deepest snowpacks in North America this week. It is not my front yard. I raked it yesterday. Raked the needles from my front yard yesterday. It was awesome. Mammoth Mountain, California, 167 inches. Mount Baker, Washington, 158. Mount Hood Meadows, Oregon, 145. You seeing a trend here? Boreal, California, 138. Soda Springs, California, 137. Squamish Resort, BC, 128. Mount Seymour, BC, 127. Timberline, OR, 123. And I heard Lake Louise is getting pounded with more snow than they had since like the 60s or something. They're getting hammered up there. So if you're looking for snow, head up to the Pacific Northwest. Not here because we're not getting. Oh, that's coming up. That was a teaser right there.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. All right, that's all I got. As far as no, we have the least important story of the day.
What's the segment?
The most important, least important story of it. The thing nobody gives a shit about this, but we call it the most important, least important story
What's
of the day.
The rest of the show called?
Yeah. Scientists name new tropical tree species after Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio had won an Oscar, British Academy of Film and Television Arts, and 3 Golden Globe Awards under his belt, but his latest accolade comes from a group of international scientists at London's Royal Botanic Kew, Kew, Gardens and the National Herbarium of Cameroon, who have honored the Hollywood actor and environmental activist by naming a new tropical tree species after him. The Euvaropus DiCaprio comes from the Ibo Forest in Cameroon, according to press statement announcing the tropical tree, which is the first addition to the 2022 new species list at the Royal Botanic Gardens, Kew in Richmond. There you go. Add it to the list. DiCaprio's crushing.
He's really the king of the world.
He
really is.
It's a tree that dates trees half his age.
Wow.
That's how you recognize the DiCaprio tree.
Wow. Okay.
I could just say people, supermodels half his age. That's what it is.
Supermodels are way more mature than the rest of us, Todd.
Oh, yes. That's what I hear.
Okay, so worth watching. This is a cool film. They released it January 6th. It's called Born, Bourn. A ski film by Micah Evangelista. It's a ski film. It is, 1441
Do you remember
long.
the first time you actually went skiing?
I was about
This is
25
his
years
mom.
old, and I just moved from Texas to Jackson Hole. Your dad took me up Teton Pass, and I had little skinny skis, and I hiked and hiked up and then fell all the way down and tumbled down. And I did it over and over again. But I loved being in the mountains. And I just hope to pass some of that passion on to you and your brother.
Are you driving, Micah?
And then Micah is he's good. He's pro. So it's kind of footage of him and then him interviewing his mom. And where did you get the passion to ski from his mom and his parents growing up? And so it's pretty cool, and it's beautiful, and he's good. And so if you're looking for a sweet ski film to watch, this is worth watching. It's called Born, Bourn, a ski film by Micah Evangelista. It's on YouTube. It's pretty cool.
How you say that last name again?
Evangelista.
One more time.
Evangelista.
Nice.
I think is how it goes.
This is my favorite part of the show.
Pronunciations by Brent.
I can't do it.
It used to be like European ski resorts. That was also
nobody knows how to pronounce those.
Those are
damn
my
things.
favorites.
It's terrible. All right, so in the Gear at 30 segment, New Year, more gear. I wrote a little blog. Actually, people read it.
I read that.
Did you really?
The whole thing.
Oh my God!
I totally did. That's why I commented.
Well, that was really nice of you. I've heard good feedback, though. People did read it, and I was like, whoa, people read stuff. We are moving in a new direction. So over the years, this is straight from the blog at gear30.com.
Who wrote it, by the way?
I wrote it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ghostwriter, whatever. Case wrote it.
I have I had an editor.
Fiverr.com.
Yeah. It wasn't Fiverr, that's for sure. It's way better than Fiverr. It's Tenor. Over the years, we learned a few things about how Ogden, along with our new online friends from across the U.S., buy gear. As you may have noticed, apparel, although some of our favorite products, does not sell through very quickly. What sells well is gear. Go figure. Y'all love gear. So we're doubling down on gear in 2022, which means we'll have less apparel. Our purchasing power will shift to go deeper into shoes, boots, tents, sleeping bags, general camping, winter hard goods, and accessories. Our apparel will be more focused on essentials like shells and performance pieces, with a few exceptions. For example, we are keeping Kavu because everyone loves Kavu, and then we're bringing back some cool pants because lots of people buy the cool pants. But that's sort of the major shift. People come in like, oh, your store's so empty. I'm like, yeah, I know. Have you seen our ski boot wall? Because it's one of the biggest ski boot walls in town, and if not the, because it's expensive. It's an expensive ski boot wall because the touring boots are pricey, and so we're putting our product into gear and less into the apparel, and hoping that pays off. So hoping that works for everyone this summer. Also a little more car camping stuff. People like that, so that'll be good. Also in Gear 30 segment, Cotopaxi is looking for its first company president. So if you are qualified, you would report directly to the CEO, and you can be the first president of Cotopaxi, a Utah company. Also, according to Outside Magazine, Cliff Bar is breaking into a new category. Any guesses? Across
Socks.
the board? Not socks.
Backpacks.
New category.
Backpack food.
Food-ish.
Oh,
Fruit varnish.
no, it's
Close.
it's
Very close, actually.
Dried fruit.
Ish.
What's that called? What are those like sparkling beers and other
Seltzers.
Seltzer.
Seltzer's the best guess, but still wrong. No, they are going into pet food.
I believe that.
Company's innovation.
They all have dogs.
All I can say is Harry loved my Cliff Bars when Harry was around. Among the several new product
What was his last meal,
introductions,
by the way? I'm just kidding. That was too soon.
probably not a. Probably,
He loved the Cliff
was
Bar.
so bad.
Was his final meal.
oh God, that's probably not going to do well for sales for Cliff.
Sorry, Cliff Bar. But if they're made for pets, it's going to be a different story.
Oh my God. Okay. The segment for plant-based, better for pets treats is growing, and there's more evidence that this is a space for us to go after, said Razal Hamandala, Cliff's chief innovation officer. You know what this reminds me of is, wasn't Clark Griswold like a food additives preserver?
That was my fruit
person.
varnish. That was where that came from.
Yeah.
Yep.
It wasn't exact words, but
Yeah.
It was a good reference, though.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
Todd got it.
I had a Cliff Bar phase many moons ago.
I still have a few.
I still enjoy Cliff Bars. There's certain ones I snag. I like the peanut butter ones.
I have a few. I ate them 3 years ago,
I would eat the
but I still have them.
I'm
Those
basically
things
saying
don't go
I
through
would
ya.
try the pet ones for myself, probably, because knowing the ingredients, they probably taste just as good.
yeah. Well, they're all natural. They're probably, and they're vegetarian or veganish, whatever.
and they leave you with a nice soft coat.
I could use some of that.
Quote of the week. The less I needed, the better I felt, from Bukowski. Eric, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Appreciate it.
No, thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
It's always fun to sit in the trailer.
It's fun to have you in the trailer. Thanks to Banyan One for powering today's 382nd episode of the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show. Listen and subscribe to the Banyan Collective on YouTube. You can actually see our lovely faces if you go to the YouTube. And
5 cameras that we can see.
yeah, that we can,
Yeah.
see. That we can see. Really, I'm only using 3. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, thebanyancollective.com, and the Podbean app for Android and all the iPhones. All the show notes with the links are available at thebanyancollective.com. Go follow Trail Manners and the Trail Manners podcast. Subscribe to his podcast as not to miss an interview from Trail Manners. This
Ask
week's
you a question before you
Yeah,
sign off.
yeah, dude,
I'm gonna interrupt
please.
your sign
Yeah.
off.
Oh.
What's your guys' plan for 2022? What can we look forward to?
Good question, Todd.
Yeah, come on.
Defer.
Well, what I'm lining up for right now is I booked out van sessions the whole year in like the first month. And so I'll be booking out the whole year this month. I already have a handful of dates already chosen. And so that'll keep me busy for the next couple, 2-3 weeks. I think we're going to see the level of talent increase even more because it just naturally has. It's incredible. And it's a good mix of Ogden and Salt Lake and, Logan. We even go down to whatever, Provo, or people passing through. So that's going to be a great lineup. More regular, I think, of the arts podcast as well. That's on my side of things.
Yeah, which is good.
I say more of the same, but, I'm wrapping up school in the summer, so I'll be able to focus even more so when summer's out. So I'm looking forward to that.
Todd podcasts with one hand tied behind his back.
Yeah.
It does feel like that sometimes, but that's going to be coming to a close soon. So.
And then I would like to have OOA be much more like today, where we have a good guest that we chat and we kind of cover new stories together, but it's not so regimented as that's the show. It's more of we get to have fun people in here and get to know people, and because it's.
So when did the fun people start coming in?
That was next week.
Okay,
I'm the primer. I get it. I'm the opening act. I'm going to make it big, you guys. I'm telling you. You're going to ask me in a few...
That was almost perfect.
That was. You're going to ask me in a few months, and I'm going to say, I'd love to be on, but I'm booked.
I'm booked.
I got Fallon. I got all them people.
All them people. Whoever
they are.
all are. Yeah. They're
Cotopaxi's calling. They need a president. Taste testing some Cliff Bar foods.
That's not the worst.
Well,
gig.
good. Keep going.
Thank you. That I can tell you we'll be doing. So.
We'll keep going. As John Muir would say, the mountains are calling and we must go. Now on to end the show with, this is a little bit of van sessions. And so this is recorded live at the Monarch. This is the proper way, singing a song. I don't remember what song they were singing. This is a beautiful song. Cover Me Up by Jason Isbell. You're a Jason Isbell fan?
Scott over here on the All Things Drinks tonight on the guitar right now. He's from Tupelo, Mississippi. He's a professor up at Weber State.
It's the proper way on van sessions.
Tupelo, Mississippi is right close to Alabama, where Jason Isbell grew up. So we're going to play a Jason Isbell song for you. Trust anyone. I was so sure what I needed was more. Tried to shoot out the sun. Days when we ran, flew off the page. Such damage was done. But I made it through. Somebody knew I was meant for someone. help in the magnolia's bloom. It's cold in this house, I ain't going out to chop wood. Cover me up, I know you're enough to use me for good. Put your faith to the test when I tore off your dress, Richmond on the high. But I sobered up, swore off that stuff forever this time. Your lover seen the thought of me who helped him get home. Home was a dream, one that I'd never seen till you came along. So girl, hang your dress up to dry, we ain't leaving this room. The mercy priest breaks open wide, the river runs through. Carries this house on stones like a piece of driftwood. Cover me up, I know you're enough to use me for good. So girl, hang your dress up to dry, we ain't leaving this room. Francis priest breaks open wide and the river runs through. Carries this house on stones like a piece of driftwood. Cover me up, know you're enough to use me for good. Cover me up, know you're enough to use me for good. Cover me up, know you're enough to use me for good. It's my turn to screw up tonight.
Proper way on Van Sessions. Hi, Mom.